Alright, today I'm going to be showing the Sienna, the McLaren Sienna. And as always, I'm going to go to the auction because they're always cheaper. There's almost always someone selling it for cheaper at the auction than the actual, like, in-game price. And when I was looking through the auction a little while ago, I found one that was 750. Let's see if I can find it again. It should be like the first one. Let's see if I can find one cheaper. Actually, I messed up, that's why. Yup. That's the only thing about using auction, is that it is definitely more time consuming, as an auction is. But it's more time consuming mostly because just going through the search, and if you mess something up, or it's like, oh, let me look for a cheaper model, or a cheaper, let me lower the max price to see if I can find one cheaper. It just makes it just takes a lot of time, just between loading screens. Alright, let's see what the cheapest one you can find. I wish they made it so you could, like, actually go, like, oh, 750 and under rather than just 800K. Like, you could decide what you wanted that number to be. Like, look, 750. The actual cost, 704. The actual price for this car is $1 million. And I'm going to save at least 300K. Which will probably, honestly, go right back to the upgrades. I think the cheapest I've seen is 704. I honestly probably buy the just straight stock one. Actually, is there one? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna wait. 704 I think is the cheapest. I'm surprised there's so many of them though. If it ever loads. Yeah, I'll probably just buy this one. Because it's 704. Oh, this one's also 704. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the thing I don't understand is, I guess, unless you win it from unless the wheel spins, I don't see why you would buy the car for $1 million and then sell it for so little. Sell it for almost $300,000 less. Like, unless you got it from a wheel spin, then it's like, okay, that makes sense. You're not really paying anything for the car. Look, 700,000, 600,000. Actually, I'm gonna redo the search and see, because I didn't expect them, honestly, to find them under 700,000. I'll redo the search again and try to find one for 700. This is why I said the auction is better, but it takes a little bit more time. But it's like, oh, I'm gonna spend a couple minutes, but I'm gonna get the card, pretty much the entire card, for about 200,000 less with the even with the upgrades. I'll save like 200,000. Oh, and it looks like a lot. And I think the cheapest one was 664, I think. Which is even better. Let's see. If it ever wants to load. Like, most of this is literally loading screens. Still 100, 700. There's one that was 6 something. There's almost always a few, if you do it right, if you time it right, I guess, of people who are selling the car for way cheaper than everyone else. And if you get lucky and get one of them, it's the best. Alright, this is the last one. I guess somebody bought the 600 something one. I don't really care because that one was tuned a little bit, and I don't want to buy a car that's semi-tuned. Oh, never mind. 100K. I'll buy this one. One thing that does suck about the buyout too, or just bidding in general, an auction with any game, that right there, that perfectly proves my point. That thing right there, where it's like, oh, this car's available, and then you go to buy it, and it's like someone else bought it. That is the most annoying thing in any game with auctions, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna get this car, and then somebody else buys it, and the game doesn't even tell you. That's the wrong button. All right, here we go. Boom, and that's how you get one for about 400,000 less than the actual cost. And even with the upgrades, they should only be at most 100,000. So I spent 700,000 for a car that would be over, with all its upgrades, probably over 1.1 million. Also, I wanted this car. When I played the demo for this game, they also gave this car away for free. That also might be. They gave the car away if you play the demo before the game came out. So a lot of people probably already have the car, but I liked it. I saw it. I was like, when I played the demo for the game, I was like, oh, this car looks cool, and it also has one of the spoilers. Actually, I think they're actually called retractable spoilers. Like with the Aventador and stuff have a retractable spoiler. I'm not sure what this is called. Like this type of spoiler is called, because it's not. Because it doesn't. I don't think it doesn't go back into the car. It just moves. Also, don't know why this does this. This part where I'm on the ground now. What is this? The smallest little orange thing. That's actually kind of... Wait, does it move more? Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. I'm assuming it goes down when you try to brake. I don't know why this is... Like, this is a weird glitch. This is what it sounds like. That's cool. I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to lock myself in here. It won't let me look far enough left to get out. Okay, there we go. It wasn't. I had to press. Normally, it lets you look out and escape, or not escape, but leave. This is what I mean. The spoiler moves. Like this is it when it's. It looks weird. Like I don't know why it has the like overarching appearance. It won't let me turn. It's kind of weird to me. But it doesn't look as bad when it's like that. Yeah, I like it. All right, now I'm gonna drive to the actual. I'm gonna drive it a little bit upgraded and with everything stock, because sometimes, especially if you change the terrain, or not the terrain, the drivetrain, it'll change the car a lot. And I like all-wheel drive, so. But like this, I noticed this and the what is it? I forgot what it's called. I think it's the F1. It's another McLaren that's rear-wheel drive and really good. Like it has no wheel spin and it has a ton of grip and traction, so I do like that car. I don't know. I have to see. That's moving fast. Also, I don't normally like buying. This doesn't really count, but I normally don't like buying cars that are over probably like $1 million. I don't really like buying cars that are over like probably 1.5 or $1 million, depending on the car, because they have like no upgrades. Like that's why I've never bought the Bugatti. Any of the Bugattis, because like it's like, oh cool, I have the car. This thing actually is really good turning at high speeds already. Like that cars like that, like the Bugatti and stuff. That was all me. Stuff like the Bugattis and stuff, they have no like no upgrades. You can upgrade like 2 things and it's like that's it. Yeah, this car actually turns very. That's like the first time I've made it through that without hitting anything. Alright, let's see what it looks like upgraded. Alright, I wonder if that let's see. That does have a drivetrain, is it? Yeah, so you can't make it all-wheel drive, which terribly drops. It makes it way faster acceleration-wise, but drops the speed. Alright, let's see. It looks like it has all like the this is why I don't like buying cars like the Bugatti, because I don't think you can. Well, I think the Bugatti is an exception because I think you can upgrade the engine, but like some cars, like the other McLaren that I was talking about earlier that I like that's rear-wheel drive, you can't upgrade. You can't upgrade like anything on the car. I mean, you can like change the tires and something. Like this one, you can't even change really the suspension, which I'm actually gonna wait because I've learned that changing the suspension does weird things to the rest of the car. So I'll wait to change that. See, like yeah, like this car is pretty much maxed out. Those rims are fine. Let's see. I could change the spoiler. I'll keep the stock one. It's only 40,000. Let's see. I'm curious what the difference would be with all-wheel drive. Let's see. I'm in the wrong section, so sometimes this will raise the top speed to balance it right back out. It's normally transmission that does it. It costs a little bit more. Does it? Let's see, are they equal? Ah, slightly higher. Now this is a choice for you guys. Do you want the slightly higher top speed but for slower acceleration? 240 versus probably about 250, 255. 230. This is why I look at the stats versus just listening to what the game tells me, because this supposedly is faster even though the other one has a higher top speed. Which is weird, but I'm not gonna question it. Let's see. This is why I look at the stats versus just listening to what the game says, because it'll be like, oh, this is better, and it'll be worse. Like this supposedly has no change, but makes the car slower. So yeah. Did it upgrade everything? Yeah, we're just gonna say it upgraded everything. I'm not gonna check. But that should be everything, minus actually like changing the tires. And I only spent 640 or 660, I think, versus 1.6 or 1,060,000. Let's see. Before I do a race, let's see. I'll do a drag race and then do a regular race. Let's see if there's any good designs for this car. I'm not gonna look very long on this, honestly, because it's not that serious. And a lot of design, it's very weird. How they do the design is very weird. Like 2 stars, 1 star. And normally they're just normally all the first row are 5. Alright, it doesn't matter. It's giving me very low rated things, so I'm just gonna say screw it. So yeah, I'll try a drag race. Because it did have wheel spin at the beginning. And now it shouldn't have any. It has something weird. I don't know if you guys could tell, and I'll try it again here.
You better come on down and get your Jagger. I'm taking it.
It still has a little wheel spin. Okay, it has a ton of lag for some reason. It still has a little wheel spin for some reason. Even in all-wheel drive, I can feel it like stuttering. I don't know. Let me try it and let me see if it does it in this track race. Maybe it's because of the snow. I don't know. But it did have a little bit of like wheel spin while I was trying to start it. Like when I would go, I could feel it. Like it would go, but the car would barely move, if at all. That's what I noticed. So I think it still has some wheel spin, which is one of the few cars. I'll say it's the snow for now, because if it just naturally does, it's one of the few cars that does. I don't know. Maybe I'm just over exaggerating it a little bit, and I'll see in the drag race and then the actual regular race. It might be nothing, honestly. I do like the little like orange part under the lights, and the fact that they change, and I'm assuming they change based off if you hit the brakes or not. So I actually start the race backwards so I can see, so we can see. I can't see those, which does kind of suck. This car is beating everything. Yeah, it does kind of suck. I can't see it for now. I can probably change. I can probably zoom out some. I think I can. Yeah, I do like the little orange things, though. That is definitely one of my favorite parts about the car, other than just the spoiler. And then I'll do the same race I did. I didn't feel it. Okay, maybe it was just because of snow, because I didn't feel it that time either. I didn't notice it. Maybe I just don't notice it sometimes, because I didn't feel it just now when the car accelerated. And I wasn't honestly paying attention on the drag race. In the drag race, even though I said it. I don't know how I feel about this car, because it doesn't have. Because I'm pretty sure all these cars are better, at least top speed wise. I'm pretty sure, except for maybe this one. This one also isn't upgraded, I don't think, because unless it just has terrible acceleration, I'll upgrade it. But I would still like pretty much every other one of these cars better. I don't know. I have to see how it turns. Because if it has great handling, I don't know. I still like the other Lamborghini above the Aventador, the Veno, I think, something like that. I still like that one better because it's While it's not the fastest car, it has great handling. And it's naturally all-wheel drive. Which doesn't, so it doesn't have the, like, this one lost some speed, supposedly, quote-unquote, lost some speed, because the game says it, and then, but it has a higher top speed because of it. I don't know. See, there it is right there, the car to my right. Or to my, don't worry about it. If I was in the car, it would have been to my left. Yeah, okay, just don't let me through then. Yeah, that's why I'm like, it did it again, a little bit of wheel spin. But, yeah, maybe it's just, I don't know. It's not too bad. Like, it's better than it was when it was in rear-wheel drive. But, it's fine. It's not too bad. It could be worse. That turn came faster than I expected. I'm curious how it does. Yeah, I need to test. Okay. I need to test when it's not snowing. It's having the same problem with the other cars. So I'm gonna say some of this is snow, but it isn't doing too bad as long as I actually like don't ram the pedal. It's not doing too bad even in snow though. Yeah, snow is a pain in the ass to drive in if you don't have all-wheel tires, because you'll turn and the car will just slide. All right, here's no snow. Let's see our. Yeah, it does, actually, one thing I do like about this car, and I noticed it before I upgraded it too, it turns decently well. Like, it turns, like, really good when there's not, like, a super sharp turn and there's no snow. Like, ignore my driving, I haven't played Forza in a bit, but it does, when there's no snow and it's just, like, a straight stretch with, like, not super sharp turns, it actually does really, okay, I don't know why it just didn't turn there. It does really good, like, it grips the road well. Like, even with my terrible driving at the moment, I'm winning. Like that right there, that was fully snow. Because it did it when it wasn't on snow earlier, it made this turn. It made a turn similar. It made a turn, I would say, more sharp than that. I don't know, I like it. I do want to try that, car that was third place. Whatever car was to my right after the race. I do want to try that car. That car's amazing. Because it also was an upgrade hero. And it's also a rear-wheel drive. So I'm curious how that car goes. Or not how it goes, how it drives. I mean. So yeah, that'll be a last little... What did I get? Did I get a wheel spin? I'll open that now. Let's see what I get. Will I get a car? Will I get something good? Will it be better than shoes? It was shoes again. Okay. Let's see how it does on this road. This road has a little bit more snow.
When it is safe to do so.
And this is all in snow, so it'll be it'll be better than this. But yeah, I like it because I like how it does. It's pretty good. Would I pick it over my other hypercars? I don't know. But at the same time, the other Lamborghini hypercar that I said I like more was also like 3.1 million. 3 point something. It might be close to 3.4. It's way more money than this. So it does. This has that advantage of being a hypercar that's cheaper. But at the same time, the Aventador is... it's not good. The Aventador is way cheaper than that. The Aventador is like really cheap for some reason. It's very cheap and very good. I'm jumping this car. I'm lined up perfectly. I'm jumping it. Even though it's out the way. I'm gonna miss. This isn't good. The game knows what I'm gonna do, and it can't handle it. Okay, thanks, game. Yeah, I like the Aventador is probably... I don't know if it's better than the Aventador, honestly, because the Aventador is so much cheaper. Here. The Aventador is so much cheaper. I don't know which I would pick, honestly. I would probably pick the Aventador from bias, honestly, because I like the Aventador. But, yeah, this car isn't bad for being only $1 million. And for being a hypercar. It's one of the cheap ones. I'm also curious of how the, I'm also going to try the Spider, I think is where it is. Another hyper. It's $850. So I'm just destroying my own property. I just realized this is mine. That I was destroying. I thought it was someone else. I thought it was like a neighbor. Yeah, I do want to try the other one, the Spider, I think is what it is. The other 800. It's $850,000, and it's another hypercar. I'm also interested in that. The one. I think it's literally called the one. Let's see. Where is it? Where's the brand? It's this one. I'm interested in testing one of these. Maybe not that one, because that one's DLC. But I don't know which one quite yet. That one's expensive. I don't know which one. I'll probably try one of them. Probably be... Yeah, it'll probably be the one or this one. And then the other car I was interested in was... I think it was Porsche. It wasn't Porsche. I don't remember the brand. It was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. It was Porsche. It was the Spider. I wasn't interested in trying this because it's another $850,000. It's on the cheaper side of hypercars, but at the same time, the Aventador was less. The Aventador I think was even less than that. Yeah, Aventador was 310 and it's a hypercar and it maxed out. I think all of its stats are 10. It goes up to like 260. I think all of its stats are 10 except for speed is like 1.9 and something else. And like, I don't know. I like the Aventador. I think it's great for a beginner. For like one of the first cars in the game. But yeah. See you guys.